everybody, and welcome to the Wednesday night edition of Inside the Headset. We're going to start off tonight in Alabama. As I got on the phone with me, a coach that's winning a lot of football games, and he was winning through fall break. He's been hot, and that's the head coach of the Florence Falcons, head coach Will Hester. How you doing tonight, Coach?
Doing great, Stuart.
Well, great. Well, let's talk about your journey and where you've been. It looks like to me you've won the last two, and so let's take it from there. You beat Huntsville and you beat Gadsden City, so take it away. Talk a little bit Florence Falcon football.
Yeah, so both region wins. The Huntsville game was on the road at the same Milton Frank Stadium we'll play Grissom in tomorrow night, but it was a big win for us. Any region win's a big win, and then Gadsden City was at home at Brawley Stadium on a cold and rainy night, but the fellas fought through the weather there. Got another big region W, and with two to play, we need one win to lock up a playoff spot, and two wins may even get us a chance to host a playoff game. So got a lot to play for these next 2 weeks.
Coach, you're 4-4, and you're at this point with the last two and everything. When you start talking to the team, you start trying to get this last one before heading into playoffs. How are you health-wise? As far as attacking the next two teams.
Yeah, we're about as healthy as we have been the last couple of weeks. Obviously, we've had a couple of guys we've lost for the year earlier in the season, but we're kind of on the steady train of staying in the same level of health as we've been on the last couple of weeks. So everybody's banged up here at the end of the year, but we've got the Grissom Tigers tomorrow night, and very well coached by Chip English and the guys, and they'll be ready to go, and we'll definitely get their best effort.
As you start to look at your team and your squad, just talking Falcon football, where do you feel like you've grown up the best? Is that the sophomores becoming juniors and juniors becoming seniors? Your seniors, as they go along, you expect them to play well, but some of those younger guys, if you could, just talk a little bit about them.
Yeah, absolutely. Played a bunch of young guys. Actually started a freshman at corner all season, Jaleel Hurley, and Jaleel's done a great job for us. Had a huge game against Huntsville, an interception, and a bunch of tackles, and we played another freshman at tailback, Jalen Bubba Simpson, has done well for us. So both those young guys have gotten bunches of reps, and they're no longer freshmen. They're 8 games into their varsity career, and those guys are playing like crafty veterans, and got a bunch of sophomores and juniors that have stepped up along the way and have gained valuable experience in these first 8 games, and now we look at the last 2 games and hopefully a run into the playoffs where we'll continue to get them experience and get them playing at a higher level.
And thinking about playing or coaching, you're not playing, thinking about coaching football in Alabama and everything, what is the biggest difference as far as coaching at a Ravenwood or coaching at a Nolensville or coaching at a Laverne High School and you coaching in Middle Tennessee? What's the biggest thing that's something you could give us that it's not the same when you get into Alabama, boys?
Yeah, it's really just the amount of quality players. So playing at the 7A level, when we were at Ravenwood or when we were in Rutherford County, you would see 1 or 2 guys that would have SEC caliber offers throughout the season. It's gotten a little better over the last few years.
Absolutely, finally. Coach Hester, you say that, but we were talking about it today. When I promoted Wilkie, and then I turned around and I promoted Marcellus when we were at Smyrna, there just wasn't that many kids signing college scholarships to go play football at that time.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's gotten better over the few years. I think the Titans being in the area and then seeing some quality players come out of the area, I think it's kind of got more people coming through. But the quality of player, I guess, is the difference. The quantity, I guess. Very rarely do you see a SEC caliber defensive lineman come from the state of Tennessee. There's a few, and they're very scattered, maybe more in Memphis. But, to me, that's what you see are these big, humongous guys that can run. There's a little bit different in the state of Alabama. I think coaching is good in both areas. I think, both of them have their niches. A lot more man coverage and type things in Alabama, more zone type coverages in Tennessee. But I think it all boils down to the type of player that is basically the difference.
Well, and I just got to ask, I know you're enjoying it and everything, but Is it totally just a different, height for you, or is it just always the same? Just get my 11 and do what I got to do.
Yeah, I mean, coaching ball is coaching ball. We try to pride ourselves on building relationships with the kids, and building a relationship with a kid in Florence, Alabama is the same as building one with a guy in Laverne, Tennessee, or Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I mean, obviously you want to pour into them and learn about them, and to me, it's really not about the X's and O's and the plays you call. It's really about those relationships and those kids wanting to pour it all on the line for you and for each other as far as their teammates go. And to me, that's where we spend most of our time is harping on those relationships. And we love it. Obviously, Alabama, nothing really gets bigger than football in the state of Alabama.
No, that's it. I mean, it's Alabama and Auburn, Coach, and then throw a sprinkle in Troy and South Alabama and
what Bill Clark's doing at UAB. I mean, it's off the charts good what football in the state is, and all coaches want to be in places where it truly matters and where it means something, and expectations are through the roof, and we got that here, and we're very blessed as a family to be in a community that prides itself and loves football, and we're just going to keep doing what we're doing and hopefully build a monster here at Florence High School.
Touch on one of your kids and everything. I'm sure you've got a couple of 4.0 or some nice scholastic kids. Just touch on and mention those kids' names, so we don't mention many kids' names of the Florence Falcon football squad. But if you would, I was talking to Coach Creasy about one of his kids and everything. Just talk about one of those kids that's scholastic, through the roof, and also a fine gentleman and on and off the field.
Yeah, absolutely. Two guys that jump off the page are our 3-year starter inside linebacker, Preston Harden, phenomenal student. He's made in the high 20s or 30s on the ACT, and he's got a great grade point average and looking to be an engineer when he goes off to school, and does a great job on the football field, but does a wonderful job leading our team and being a leader in school. And then our center, Andrew Wilson, I think he takes AP everything. I think they have AP lunch or something that he's taking advanced placement lunch. So another really, really smart guy. But, a lot of times you find that those centers and those offensive linemen are some of the smartest guys on the team with all the stuff that they've got to adjust to and move around on. But those are two of the top academic guys we have.
Coach, we wish you the best of luck against Grissom, but before I close, I was teasing you a little bit on Twitter, and I'd like with you to, if you would, just share with the fans, you coached one of the best, and he was on center stage Saturday night and did everything he could, but didn't come up with a win. Jacoby and them got that W against LSU against Florida, and talk a little bit about Van. Give the fans a little Van for me.
Yeah, Van Johnson had a phenomenal game. Van, Mr. Football runner-up to Jawan Jennings. Those guys came out the same year, and everybody knows Jawan, especially the Stewart fans know Jawan. But Van's had a great career. Started out Ole Miss, now at Florida. He'll be in this draft class coming out. And had a phenomenal game against LSU. Matched up with the Stingley kid, the corner that everybody so highly touts, and had 2 touchdowns on great routes in the red zone and several other catches. So Van's having a great year, and look forward to watching him play on Sundays.
Coach, we wish you the best of luck Friday night, or it's tomorrow night, isn't it? Are you tomorrow night or Friday night?
We're tomorrow night this week.
No, you're tomorrow night, and then one more. So then we'll know the last. So we're going to know the last weekend into Halloween. Will you be in playoffs that week?
Yeah, that's actually our bye week. So
that's where you catch up. Okay, that's where I looked at it and I was like, wow, Will Hester's had his foot on the gas. So that's where your game is. It's the last one. So you won't play week 10.
Yeah, we're off week 10, and hopefully we'll be have 2 weeks to prep for our first round opponent.
Well, then you get to get out and do a little scouting, Coach.
Absolutely, scouting it will be.
Oh, all right. Well, you as always, you get back up this way. You let me know, and Coach Will Hester with the Florence Falcons, and we'll talk to you. We'll talk to you next week, Coach.
Thanks, Stuart. Appreciate you.
See you. Bye.